But we should not pretend that the Dino Malai matter was not primary in that
We've
letter.
never, look, listen, Ajuri. We've never said that word, the issue of inhuman treatment to Dino Malai. We never said we didn't say so. We're not denying it here. And at any rate, let's understand one factor. He's a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And like I've listened to so many public commentaries on this, people are saying, yes, the Senate is now having a dose of what Nigerians pass through. Now, for us, for whatever reason, when issues are not brought either through formal motion, and for which we have raised so many motions in the past, or through formal positions petition by citizens to their representative senators, I will tell you the issue might not really come to the fore. But one thing that is clear is this. This issue of the inhuman treatment to Dino served as a trigger for us to now understand what are the issues. And usually what happens is, on the basis of his coming to inform us, even if he comes there and tells us, oh, this issue is in the court, I'm not going to comment on it, nobody's going to force him to say anything. But then, what about the other killings? Which is very important. And mark you, right now as we speak, 2 people are having bills they have sponsored in trying to see what we can do to improve on the laws that the Nigerian police is using in carrying out its duties. Now, so when we have crisis situations like this, the opportunity is a learning point. And we should not miss that opportunity through trivialities and trying to make certain things too, emotional or
Senator, we're going to dig into this. We're going to dig into this just a bit more. We have another track up of the police commissioner from yesterday concerning Senator Dino Malai. Let's have a listen.
I want you to understand that the Inspector General of Police was made IG on the 22nd of June 2016. From that 2016 till date, the Inspector General of Police has appeared before the Senate over 10 times. So where are they getting the issue that the Inspector General of Police refused to appear before the National Assembly? Over 10 times, he has appeared before them. When this allegation was made in Kogi State, it was not made in Abuja. The Inspector General of Police, through the DIG operations, wrote a letter to the Senate President, asking him to release Senator Dino Malai to report to the police in Kogi State for statement taking. They refused to release him. They said the Dino Malai or the Senate President was outside the country. Then 2 days after, they replied that they should allow Senator Dino Malai to report to the police in Abuja. I did a letter, I signed it myself, sent it to the Senate President, requesting that they should now release Senator Dino Malai to report to the Special Anti-Robbery Squad here in Abuja. The IG complied. Since you said that Senator Dino Malai is saying that he's not safe to be in Kogi State, his own state, I do not know where he's going to be safe if he's not safe in his own state. We complied. I wrote a letter, released him to appear before the police at Abuja here in the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. He declined. If you look at the letter they wrote to the IG, they raised 2 issues. They said the inhuman treatment meted to Senator Dino Malai. What do they mean by inhuman treatment? They invited him to us, he refused to come. Senator Dino Malai was traveling to Morocco on the 23rd of last month at Abuja International Airport. The customs stopped him. They said the police has placed you on watch list. Can you please report to the police? They called the police. Before the police could get to the international airport, he snatched his passport from the immigration officers and ran away.
So you've heard from the police commissioner. The question that stands now is concerning Senator Dino Malai. We know that the issue is now in the courts. The appeal has gone to the courts. You have said that even if you called the IG and he said, well, this issue is in the court, I cannot discuss it, that would have just essentially been the end. So the issue really at that point would have been the other killings. They sent the DIG operations. That's pretty much the strategy man in the force. Would it not have been enough for the DIG to address those other killings that you referred to?
Well, first, let me clear the air on one thing. All the comments he has made on Dino, I maintain my grounds. I'm not making any comment on it. And if you notice, we have not made any comment on it because the issue is in court. But let me say one thing. There are so many other senators with issues before the law enforcement agency. And so that tells you that we are not interfering, and we cannot interfere in anybody's case when that case is being carried out lawfully. And that's why the word is very clear. However, let me also answer the point he has raised, that the IG has appeared.
10 times, yes.
The IG's appearance is with respect to budgeting. And so there are two different things. This is an issue that has to do with the fact that we are worried and concerned about the spate of killings of innocent civilians, innocent citizens. Rather than feel safe, they are unsafe, unprotected. And you see, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't want anybody to begin to look at these things from a personal perspective. And it is in the character of the National Assembly that makes law to strengthen our institutions to carry out their duty. In the same vein, I think it is also it should be in the character of Nigerians that they should also strengthen the democratic institutions for which the National Assembly is the primary face. So this thing is very clear. And I think the point we are making about the IG being invited will remain. We've invited so many service chiefs, and they've come before us. And so what is so special about this? What is so special about it? And what message are we sending to the young generations? What message are we sending out there?
This is the question, because if you look at...
Because the Senate is an institution. And if the Senate as an institution, we invite the head of...
Senator, I'm coming. You have sent this letter to the Office of the Inspector General of Police. Yeah. You use the word inhuman. Now, if all things were equal, if all things were right and ideally, if the National Assembly is investigating a matter, they approach it from a dispassionate view to get all of the sides and all of the facts. With words like that, which are emotional words, does it not indicate a bias even before the question and answer session with the IG would have held?
Well, whether we use a fine language or not, the fact that he's already
a biased language.
Listen, I'm coming.
Yes.
Even if we use a fine language as you are expecting, let me say the fact that it is Dino, who is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the element of bias is already there. So give and take, whichever way you look at it, the element of bias is already there because he's our colleague.
We're going to. And
so let's understand that.
We have to go on a quick break. We're gonna follow up on whether or not that is the way it should be when we come back from this break. Our viewers, please do stay with us.